So I love The Boys. Like, The Boys is such a good show. I think it's not only a insanely graphic and gory show, which is kind of dope, but it's also a very realistic take on superheroes and how things could be in our day if we really had superheroes. The way that we would, I don't want to say objectify, but with the way that we would kind of create them as god figures, or look at them as like these god figures, and also look at them as celebrities, like how we look at actors and things like that. So I really like the way that the show handles all these different things, and I think season 3 did a lot and built up a lot for the Boys universe, and I'm excited to see what that can turn into. And that's one of my biggest reasons for being super hyped for Gen V. Gen V is a spinoff from the Boys universe, and it is basically their X-Men. And this is probably going to be incredible. I know we got a trailer for this either earlier this year or sometimes last year. I can't exactly recall, but I know we did get a trailer for this more recently, and this is going to be the newest trailer that we're about to check out. And once again, I love The Boys, so I really think that this show is going to be able to handle a lot of different things that we've got to see in the show already, and probably take some things to the next level. And I'm hoping we get some good crossover in the universe. And The Boys already has Diabolical, another spinoff show from the Boys universe, and I believe that show is also canon to what has happened within The Boys. So it's definitely dope to see this universe bring more shows into the fray, and I hope we get even more than just this. And with all that being said, let's just kind of dive on into this and see what it is about. I think the last trailer was just full of spectacles and crazy insaneness, and I think this is probably going to be more about what we can look forward to when it comes to the actual story. So let's dive on in.
Being a hero is not about glory. It's about sacrifice.
Welcome to Godolphin University. We've trained the best and brightest young heroes since 1965. Godolphin is a safe space for you to thrive.
What? Okay.
You could be the first top-ranked freshman in history.
I think you meant to say first black woman in the 7.
But you have a target on your back.
Okay.
Two of us are going off campus. Let's have a good time.
I'm sexy, I'm free, and I feel vulgar.
I'm still drunk from last night.
Perfect, just take a sip, say Turbo Rush cures hangovers.
I wouldn't pour this on my give it cured cancer.
Jesus.
There are dangerous, evil people at that school.
Everything is...
Oh!
I exploded his tag team explosion.
Wow.
Freshman class is savage this year.
OMG. September 29th, yo, I'm telling you, they're giving us enough stuff to hold us over until the Marvels, yo. That was actually awesome. I am ecstatic for that. I think that Gen V is going to be a really great show. It honestly does look like it's going to be really good. And I'm loving that I saw so many characters from the Boys universe already, which is exactly what I wanted. So it's still within the same universe. We're still going to see stuff, I guess, expanding and growing. And it seems like the story is still continuing from what we saw happen in the Boys. It doesn't seem like we're going back in time with this. It's like this is what's next, you know? And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It looks like this show is really going to be tackling some great themes that have already been brought up within The Boys, but it's just giving it a different outlet for it to actually go through. So once we get back into The Boys, we can see how crazy it is. And I'm pretty sure this show is going to be about filling the place of how many 7 there are not. You know, how many less numbers there are in the 7 now, and filling those boasters with other people. And they might have already done it with some characters, you know what I mean? But who knows? Everything about this looks dope. It's giving me vibes of that show that Marvel did about the New Mutants. I didn't watch New Mutants, but this is definitely giving me that spooky type of vibe that New Mutants was like kind of built off of, and the horror vibe that it was kind of, you know, once again built off of more. And I really, really do think this is going to be pretty top notch. This trailer already looks like it's going to be incredible. Loving that they brought even the puppets that we just saw for the first time. They even brought those back, you know? So I'm super down for this, and I can't wait to watch Gen V in September. And it's going to be we're going to be watching this, and then a little while later, the Marvels is going to drop. Like, yes, bro. I think we're going through August. Let me think. We should go without, like, we shouldn't have too big of a gap with anything going from, like, Ahsoka to The Boys, to the next thing, to the Marvels. Like, we should have a good chunk of content in between it from here to there. And I am really, really pumped about that. And I hope you guys are too. All right, chat, how are we feeling about that? Let's get into 1 in the chat if we are excited for Gen V, and let's get a 2 in the chat if we are not feeling it. 1 in the chat if you're hyped, 2 in the chat if you're not.